Good evening, everyone. I'm Reverend Robert Nashok, and this is our weekly spin into the stillness. That time midweek that we can pause and reflect and choose how we would like to have the rest of our time, our week, our days play out from here on in. When we make that time to stop and to assess where we are in a situation, we then have the power to choose whether we like where we are and keep doing what we're doing, or whether we would like to make that change and move on doing something perhaps a little bit differently. So it's all done with a meditation that we have a couple of components to. And the first component is to actually set that intention, to decide for ourselves what we would like to have, or what we would like to accomplish, or what we would like to experience as a result of this time that we are making for ourselves and for this meditation process. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It's just a way of us articulating to the universe, or to the inner me, or to what I like to call the divine me that exists in all of us. We are making our statement to whatever we believe is the energy around us, and claiming this for our experience. So we make that statement, we write it down. We like to write it down on little slips of paper because they are how I would have collected our intentions if we were in person, and toss them into the flames. So we set the intention, and then we release it. We let go of it. We release our attachment to it and allow it to just happen the way that it needs to. So again, we write them on little slips of paper. And as I have been encouraging folks to write in their journals, so have I started to do the same as well, so that I can go back and see where or what I've claimed for myself, and if I managed to allow the universe to manifest it, or if I've allowed to myself to create it for myself. So I'm going to do it in two places for me. And then I'm also going to do another slip of paper that says everyone's intentions. Because tonight and every week that we do this meditation, that one serves as a proxy. I write everyone's intentions, and whatever you've written down gets gathered into the energy of this particular meditation, and then gets tossed like it would if it were all of your intentions into the flames following our meditation this evening. And every time we do this. So let's set that intention now. Set journal. Everyone's intentions. Done right here. As you can see, everyone's intentions. It will get thrown into the burning bowl following our meditation tonight. And so now we are on to part two of our little process here. We're going to draw an oracle card from a deck called the Star Codes Astro deck. Love this deck. We all know it very well by now. This deck is beautifully easy to understand and to really access the information in a very applicable way, which I have always loved. There are, I keep saying there were 70 some cards to the deck, but actually 56 cards to this deck. So we are far from choosing all 56 throughout the course of our weeks, even though we've been using these cards for quite some time. So these cards do pop up again, sometimes 3 or 4 times, even if we've drawn them before. I don't control the draw. I just shuffle them and shuffle them throughout the week because I use them myself. So just for our purposes this evening, I'm going to shuffle them again in front of you, of course, and I will choose the top card. Because if we were together and I were doing a reading for you, for instance, or with you, I would be, allowing you to choose the card however you want to choose it, whatever way you would like to reach in and choose the deck. But I don't want to do that for me. That represents all of us. So I'm going to just choose the top card once I shuffle. That way you can see I'm not reaching in. I'm choosing that one that represents all of our responses. So we've all set an individual intention, but we are all going to get one card that hopefully addresses all those intentions. So you've set the intention. The card acts like a creative prompt. And so even if you don't believe in the mysticism of the cards, you can allow this card to kind of unlock thinking or a perspective that you haven't had before about the intention that you set, perhaps. So think of it that way and just be curious as to how this card, and that's really the challenge and the work, if you will, of doing it this way, is that we apply what we've learned from the card. We're going to learn more about the card when I read about it, to the intention that we've set, and hopefully have a meditation that allows us to explore ourselves more deeply with that information. So let's set all this. Let's shuffle real quickly. And my caveat that we are again we are in our individual spaces. I do have my window open this evening. It's a beautiful late summer's evening, and so you may hear ambient noise as I lead the meditation this evening, and it may startle you or it may kind of jolt you out of that trance-like state, but don't let that detract from your overall experience. Use it, work with it, allow yourself to kind of be startled or whatever, and then just turn right back around and see if you can go right back into that deep space that you were. Because I do have dogs that bark, as you all know, and I do have ambient noise, as you probably do in your own spaces that I cannot hear. So we're just about ready to draw. Ready? So our card for this evening, September 10th, 2025. Oh, interesting. So our card for tonight is Gemini, cross-pollination. I'm pretty sure we've drawn this card before, but it has been a while if that is the case. So that's exciting. Now, again, these are based on astrology, but I do want to point out that just because we've drawn Gemini, that does not mean that this is a message just for those viewers or listeners that are Gemini in their sun sign. This Gemini has a message for all of us. The way Gemini operates, the archetype itself has a message for each and every one of us in response to our intention that we've set. So let's take a look at the card together. And there you see it. So Gemini is the twins, and in this case, it is about, oh, there goes my camera there. Cross-pollination, I don't know why it's doing that. But you're going to see the two twins coming together and supplying each other and supplying how they operate with their own ideas and their own imprints, if you will. So that's what I say about the card. Let's see what the book says about the card. And again, as I read, as you look at the artwork on the card, as you look at the messages that are part of the card, how does that make you feel? How is this applying to your intention? Really use your own curiosity to see how it might apply and how you might be able to have the perspective of Gemini and what we say about it and your intention throughout the week ahead. Card number 3. Cross-pollinate Gemini. With its symbol of a pair of twins conversing, Gemini asks us to weave a web of connections and build networks with humor and all forms of communication. This mutable air sign is ruled by Mercury and is connected to the lungs, shoulders, hands, and nerves. Gemini's purpose is to disperse ideas like milk thistle on the spring winds, cross-pollinate ideas like bees buzzing over the flowers. The sun shines here May 21st through June 21st. The action for this card, words are at the heart of the issue you are facing, and that be your intention, and not just any words, but real dialogue. If you feel tension in the situation, see what is blocking the lines of communication and open that aperture. Listen to the grapevine and cross-pollinate. Gather and share information. Bits of truth may float in on gossip. Explore social media, sound bites, and any other way to get the word out. Talk to people as if they are your siblings, true equals. If something is bothering you, find a place to unpack it, get it on the table, and take a good look. Then talk it over in depth with a friend or therapist, or write in your journal. Trust the process of self-expression to help get to the root of the problem. And it doesn't have to be a problem, but the root of your situation. However, assume anything you say will be repeated. Gemini scatters seeds, is not concerned with privacy or individuality, and is not necessarily loyal. So the information is the information, and be prepared for it to be spread. The challenge of this card, the situation may be more complex than you think, so be willing to dig in. Gemini energy can be shallow or oversimplified, as it encourages breadth rather than depth. So you have to add the depth consciously. The gift of this card, Gemini's gift, is an open mind and a sense of universal siblinghood. We are all in this together. The soul knows how to find itself back in equilibrium if we just let all parts communicate. Help the unexpected feelings, persons, and elements within the community be heard. So this is really a beautiful card. It's a card of connection. It's a card of the word I take from this, which was only used once, and I think in that description, is networking. It's a card of connecting to the web of our relationships, the fabric woven, the tapestry of our lives. So let's begin to think of how we might apply this idea of the connectedness, the web, the networks to whatever issue we are working with or dealing with. With that all said, let us prepare for meditation. We want to get relaxed. We want to find a space where we can be comfortable, but also remain alert. So, and we're going to get in touch with our bodies. We are going to Pay attention to our breathing first and foremost, and this is how we kind of establish the root, the connection to this material world, just by knowing that our breath is holding us here in this material space. So let's inhale through our nose and hold for a moment, and then exhale through our mouth, nice and slowly. And then hold as you exhale. Let's inhale again. And hold. And exhale slowly. And hold. And on this last breath, you can allow your eyes to close and flutter shut as you exhale. So let's inhale together. And hold. Exhale slowly. And hold. And as your breathing returns to a natural and comfortable pace, inhaling and exhaling with intention, breathing in and out, and with every breath, imagine your body softening from your toes all the way up very slowly, softening every part. And as your body softens, all of your tensions just dissipate. All of the physical tension and discomfort in our body just melts away. And along with that physical tension, so do our daily stresses and anxieties that we might have entered in today's meditation just by coming from our regular day of work, of involvement. More and more relaxed, with our body softening to the point where we now have no tension, no stress, no tightness, and what is left is the feeling of our pure imagination, our mind, the presence, the non-physical presence that we are without our bodies, is now here in this non-physical space that we are sharing at the same time. But feeling released into our imagination. And here in the glorious, expansive space of our imagination, let us gently reflect on that intention that we set. And think of the key words that you wrote in that sentence or in that statement or in just the declaration of that intention. And then think of our beautiful card, Gemini, and the idea of cross-pollination. As we think of the Gemini card, let us think of those involved in our lives that may serve to help us fulfill that intention. Think of those people that are connected with one another. Think of how we are networked with those who may help us realize the intention that we've set for this evening. And just for tonight, imagine somebody in our lives that serves as that Gemini twin for us. They may or may not be our real sibling, but imagine that person that, at least in the situation that we have set the intention about, serves as our twin sibling that knows our intention and our situation almost as well as we do, because they know their own. And know that that twin that we have identified in our imagination that appears with us here is also connected to a network of information. That information that can help soothe, empower, strengthen, that can impact us, combined with the network of our twin, and from here we see the threads of community around this idea, this intention, this situation. A community that expands far greater than just our immediate purview. This network can be a social media community. It can be a club or a group that meets regularly online or in person. place our intention within the context of this network, we can feel our intention manifest, become expressed, become realized. And we feel from this strength and power and joy and connection. The Gemini twin card and its cross-pollination opportunities reveals that we are never alone. Our twin, our sibling, our equal exists with us to share joy, to share burden, to share peace. And if you know, or if you've been here for the last few weeks, our cards have been about connection. They have been about communication. For that communication is how we move through life. Our cards for the last several weeks remind us we are never alone. And our own evolution, our own evolving, our own unfolding can be made so much more joyful and joyous and grace-filled when we open and receive and give and share. And now, in these final moments, let us just look out on the landscape of this network along with our Gemini twin in this situation. And let us smile that smile of our imagination. Let's make that smile broad. Let's feel that alignment and connection. Let's experience the joy and the anticipation and the curiosity that allow us to grow and choose and evolve and unfold. And let us choose to float ourselves back into our bodies. Gently, gently, becoming aware of our physicality once again through the breath. So we feel that breath as we inhale and exhale. We find ourselves floating back into our bodies, reanimating our limbs and extremities, being there without tension or stress, being relieved of that in these moments. And let us return completely to our bodies with 3 quick breaths, inhaling and exhaling. as we inhale and exhale quickly to return completely. And we're back. So this was a beautiful card because it just makes me feel the power of this cross-pollination, of this ability to give and take, to share and receive. Much like I have learned and read recently about the network that fungi have in forests, the way that the fungus communicates between trees, the way that that's how the forest is able to communicate with each other, the trees of the forest. So do I see the bees of this cross-pollination of this card. We are just pollinating this flower, and that is going to lead to more and more and more, allowing us to feel that connection, to feel that collective consciousness, but to also see that that collective consciousness can help us reach our individual unfoldment as well. And I hope you were able to tap into that a little bit yourself. So that is this evening, and it is now time to send those intentions out into the flames. Remember, you've sent me your intentions, even if I wasn't able to collect it physically. It is right here in this one. And I'm going to allow it to light up like a flame. And we'll throw the other one in with it. And as they burn together, all of our intentions fuse together. Oh, that's a big flame. May have to choose a little more lightweight paper next time. And there we have it. It's out there, back into the universe, and I thank you for joining us. I would like to take this time to make a brief announcement that this is going to be our last meditation for a few weeks. We're taking a short, hopefully short break while I deal with some health and medical issues, but we plan to be back here just as soon as we can. I just cannot make that prediction right now. And so I am so grateful for the love and support and encouragement and just community that we continue to share each week. Again, like and subscribe, as I say up there, right? Please continue to build this community, because you can continue to see these meditations, view them here on wherever you're watching, either YouTube or Facebook, and you can also listen to them on the audio-only versions that I have on my SoundCloud page. And so please look for those links in various places. I always keep saying I'm going to post them here, and if I remember after tonight, I will post them here. But you can find them on my Instagram feed or on my website at thisminister.com. And I am going to sign off for this evening and wish you a beautiful late summer's night. And I will see you back here. I will meet you back here just as soon as I can get here. Watch the pages, watch social media. As soon as I can get here, I will. But for now, I will say so long, and I will look forward to meeting you again here sooner, much sooner, rather than later. Have a beautiful evening. I love you.